about 20 minutes ago, we actually saw a couple of drivers coming here. They were dropping off their cars. Even if it's going to be outside, they wanted it on higher ground.
Chris, this aspirin right here is about 500 milligrams. So imagine cutting this into about 2,000 pieces. This right here is a 20-page list of all of the times Fort Myers police have been called to this address. Businesses like this AutoZone here in Tallahassee, yesterday they were open for business, but this morning they are boarded up.
And you're facing some pretty strong charges. Any response to them? Anything to say to the Aiken family?
The middle of flu season means covering your mouth when you cough and, of course, washing your hands, right? It's been 1 week since police say this guy broke into a home here on Rogers near the Fort Myers Country Club.
We have the bomb squad robot also here. It rolled up and it's been sitting sort of at the edge of the driveway of this home for the last 15 minutes or so.
New at 6, investigators believe 2 Fort Myers police officers who ended up in the hospital were exposed to fentanyl. This afternoon, police are on the hunt for a man with a gun who tried to force a girl into his car. A man allegedly looking at his phone while crossing the street got hit by a city vehicle. Now, Cape Coral plans to pay him nearly $141,000 to settle a lawsuit. And tonight, with these new pictures, we're also learning investigators could be wrapping up their report any day now. A bizarre day for some Lee County deputies. They say a man bit them after asking people at a gas station to call 911. A judge just denied an appeal for the man accused of stabbing his girlfriend and placing her head on a spike. Christopher Cerna tried to convince the judge his attorney should have pursued an insanity plea. He also told the judge when he accepted a different plea, he wasn't on his medication. Cerna stabbed and dismembered his girlfriend, Suzanne Bishop, back in 2011 in Collier County. As part of a plea deal, he agreed to 50 years in jail in 2015.
Now let's bring in Week News reporter Brooke Shafer. She's covered this case since day one. And Brooke, today you walked side by side with the suspect after he bonded out of jail. Did he show any kind of emotion?
Chris, that 19-year-old was actually crying as he first walked out of these 2 doors. But Chris, that is all we would get. He refused to answer any of our questions. Logan, did you do it? Did you kill Layla Aiken?
Today, one of our first looks at the teenager Cape Coral police say hit and killed an 8-year-old girl at her bus stop on March 25th.
Anything to say to the Aiken family?
Logan Hetherington refusing to answer any questions as he walked to his parents' car Friday afternoon.
Good morning, Mr. Hetherington.
This just hours after a judge set a $133,000 bond for the teen now facing felony charges. His defense attorney assuring his client is not a flight risk.
He currently works, he's had a job since high school. The family owns property and business locally. He does have 9 siblings, ranging from 11 to 27.
Cape Coral police announced Logan Hetherington's arrest Thursday afternoon after a 2-month investigation into the hit-and-run death of 2nd grader Layla Aiken. Police have the red pickup truck they say killed the little girl, and video, they say, of their suspect getting into that truck minutes before the crash.
Were you in the red pickup truck that hit Layla Aiken? No response from that 19-year-old or his parents this afternoon. That suspect is expected back in court next month. Live outside the Lee County Jail, I'm Brooke Shafer, Wink News. Now.
Scott Stefanko says he filled up his tank at this Cape Coral gas station last Thursday, but about 30 minutes later,
my car started spitting and sputtering and check engine light came on.
He took his car to the dealer. The problem?
Contaminated gas, and they ran a readout for me, and it was about 2/3% contaminated.
The cost to fix it? Close to $400. After hearing this, we stopped by Orion Fuels off Santa Barbara Boulevard and found we weren't the only ones checking out their gas. Only Wink News was there as the Department of Agriculture spent hours inspecting each pump at the station. And that's when we met Vanessa Delgado. Her story, sadly similar to one we'd already heard.
And he's like, yeah, all of our sensors are saying the gas was bad.
She says her car stopped working about 20 minutes after she filled up here last Friday.
The bill, $900.
An employee inside the gas station store told us off camera they don't own the pumps, but he did hear about a week ago a tank wasn't sealed properly and rainwater got inside.
The Department of Agriculture inspector says someone flushed the lines before she got here, and her samples came back okay. But these two drivers, now out hundreds of dollars each, want to know who's responsible.
I probably won't fill up here for a while, that's for sure.
In Cape Coral, Brooke Shafer, Wink News. Now.
Lois, nearly 5 months, like you said, and still no arrest. Today, Alana Tamplin's best friend and sister shared their stories with me. A brave moment for both of them in hopes of getting justice for Alana.
Yeah. Every morning, Alana Tamplin's sister and best friend put on these necklaces. For them, a reminder of a life gone too soon.
My best friend, but she was also like my sister.
13-year-old Brooklyn Davis spent almost every waking moment with Alana. The two were inseparable, so it seems only fitting the two girls were together the morning of January 14th.
I remember waking up and then she was like, I don't want to go to the bus stop, Brooklyn, I want to sleep.
But Alana did go to the bus stop to drop off her little sister, Brooklyn, right by her side. As the girls walked on the side of Durant's Road, just steps away from Alana's house, the unthinkable happened.
All I told her was to get up, because I said, Alana, get up. And I said, Alana, are you okay?
12-year-old Alana Tamplin was hit and killed by a car.
And I looked over at her, and I was like, at first I yelled, I was like, Alana, get up. And then I was like, oh, she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be fine. It was just a car, she's gonna be fine.
Brooklyn has never talked on camera. Until now, and still today, the heartache of what she witnessed is fresh. The driver in Alana's case left the scene and came back, but as of today, no one's been arrested, something Alana's sister, Sky, can't understand.
Alana was my best friend when I was younger. She didn't deserve to die young. Now she's gone, and there's nothing being done about her case.
And Alana's family actually moved out of their home here on Durant's Road a couple of months ago. Being so close to the spot where she died proved to be just too emotional for them. All they want now, they tell me, is justice for Alana. I'm live in North Fort Myers. Brooke Shafer, Wink News. Now.